That's the intro done. What was that?
Doing your intro thing.
Hello there people, and welcome to Watch Wilkes. That was your cue to do my intro for me.
Sorry.
Because I literally, this is the only reason I do collabs, because I'm too lazy to do my own intro.
Okay, do it again, do it again.
Hello there people, and welcome to Watch Wilkes.
Pneumono ultra microscopic silica volcanicoliosis.
So I'm here unfortunately again today with Phil, my best friend. And we decided to do a little very chilled video. Obviously, as you can see, I'm in a different location than usual.
It's my lounge.
Yes, I'm in Phil's house, because I am away for Comic-Con.
Woo!
This video won't be up in time, but if you were there and you saw me, it's great. I love all of you. I'm going to shut up now. So me and Phil decided a little while ago, because we have a gaming channel called Totally Professional Gaming.
Link here! On my wall, somewhere.
You're just making the editing harder for me.
I am, yeah.
So we came up with this idea a little while ago. This is going to be basically a joint top 10 games video. Phil has compiled his list and I've compiled mine. Finished compiling it about 30 seconds before I started recording, but yeah.
That is true.
I'm prepared. I'm very prepared. So, a couple of rules for this list. One game per franchise. And also, I've omitted a lot of games from my list that you probably would never have heard of.
Like what?
So, Grandia.
I've heard of that.
You have. Tales of Xillia.
Bless you.
If I keep naming them, you're just going to keep making jokes, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. So I've had a few omissions from my list. So this is going to be kind of a top 10 that relates to the two of us, because we have been gaming together for donkey's years.
Donkey Kong's years. Hey! Gaming pun. I'm done.
Get out.
Bye guys.
Get out.
Bye.
Get out.
Nice seeing ya.
Don't leave, you live here.
Yeah, I know. That's fair point. Do you want me to do the intro for each number?
Yeah, go for it.
Like a number over it.
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Number 10.
So my number 10 is Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah?
That's very interesting, yes, I agree. Star Wars Battlefront 2. As in, Star Wars, obviously, the sequel to the 2016 version of Star Wars, the 2015 version of Star Wars Battlefront, which, I think every Star Wars fan will agree, it was top-notch bullshit.
Hasn't even come out yet, we can't really say.
No, it wasn't, no.
No, yeah.
I just know your editing, so it might
That's
probably
very
be
true.
the end of the year. Hello, 2019!
Fuck you! I am on a monthly schedule, leave me alone. So that was my number 10 pick. We've obviously had a lot of memories with Star Wars
Star Wars
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2 was it's a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. We played the PS2 version first and then went to PC, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Just the sheer size of it, I think. I know what you mean.
So number 10 is Star Wars for you as well?
No.
Oh!
Number 10 for me is a recent addition.
Okay.
And hop on over to TPG to see me play number 10, which is Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. I don't know why I just rubbed
You
your knee.
keep doing it. You've done that twice now.
Let's try this again. Number 10 is... Yes, Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor. I bought it when it first came out. In fact, I pre-ordered it when it first came out because it was out on my birthday I think it was 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
And I played it on my PC and I enjoyed it. But I didn't get far because of... I don't know, I think something else was released or some shit. And then I did that.
We were playing a lot of like Gmod around then, so that's
yeah,
probably strategy.
and then I got it for PS3, and it didn't actually work on PS3.
No.
Anyone who's got it on PS3 understands what I mean by it doesn't work on PS3. It's like you'll be playing, you'll be like, hey look, there's an orc over there. Oh look, an orc! Oh, go and bash him! Oh, I wonder what his name is. Pause. So how's life?
It's pretty good, not bad. Getting by, you know. As kids.
Yeah, they're quite cool. Oh, his name's Grublik. Oh, cool. But I recently picked it up for PS4, Game of the Year edition, and obviously played it over on TPG. #Spawn. And I enjoyed it ridiculously. Yeah, we sponsor our own channel. And I enjoyed it immensely. It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's like it's a fantastic flower picking simulator.
Hashtag fuck you, Tuka.
Fuck you, Tuka!
I wasn't expecting Shadow Mortar to be
it's
on
fantastic
your list.
game.
I was expecting it to be in your HMs, your honourable mentions. So that's number 10 for each of us. Let's move on to...
Number 9!
So since I went first for my number 9, I think you should go first with yours this time.
Okay, it was a toss-up. There's two games by the same company that had a lot of effect on me as a child. And I'm still in my head right now because you said one game per franchise, and that fucking terrified me because I'd only put the whole series down, and I now have to in my head decide which one it is. But of the two series, Ratchet and Clank is my favourite. The other one is in my honourable mentions, and I'll mention that later.
Yeah.
And I think my favourite Ratchet and Clank game is Ratchet and Clank 3. Up your arsenal.
Ratchet and Clank 3. That is a very, very strong pick. I'll give you that.
I spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah, that was the first one that introduced multiplayer as well.
Yes, it was.
First
And that
one
was I used to love playing them.
We had a lot of fun with that.
That was good. So, Mr. Watch Wilkes, his name is Josh Wilkes, therefore you are watching him watch Wilkes.
Close enough.
What is on your number 9?
See, this is an addition you're going to be happy with seeing on my list, but not happy with its placement. My number 9 pick is possibly the best game that Valve has ever made.
Oh, you bastard!
That is
you
Portal.
Bastard! How is it so low down?
The only reason that Portal was so low down on my list is because, unfortunately, I didn't find much replayability in the single-player stuff of it. The replayability factor of it was lessened. Once you'd done the challenge maps and the main story, there wasn't really much to go back to, which sucked. But overall, the game is pretty much perfect. It's pretty much perfect. It's funny and challenging, and GLaDOS is hilarious, and if you haven't played it, go and play Portal now. Just go.
Why are you watching this video if you haven't played Portal? Get the
Get the fuck out of this video, bro. Play fucking Portal now.
So our next pick is...
Wow, it's Christopher Walken. This is number 8.
So number 8 on my top 10 games list is another entry from Valve.
Oh.
And it's a game that me and you have played a fantastic amount.
I've just realised what it is. And I forgot it.
Left 4 Dead 2.
I forgot it.
Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, shite.
In my eyes, the definitive zombie game that's ever been made. I love games like Dead Rising and Killing Floor, but you can't top Left 4 Dead. It's what characterised multiplayer for me, and I think the game is absolutely fantastic.
It's the best cooperative experience. Well, we'll come back to that later.
So, Phil, what is your number 8?
My number 8 is your number 10!
Star
Wars Battlefront 2, for the exact same reason you said, except I'm a massive, massive Star Wars nerd.
You are.
I absolutely adore Star Wars Battlefront 2, and EA...
If you fuck up the next Star Wars Battlefront game, I will fucking disown you.
Didn't you already disown EA?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They made Sims.
That's true.
That was pretty good.
Thinking more recent. Actually, they made my game of the year last year.
What game was that?
Battlefield 1.
That is fair.
I adore Battlefield 1. I do, absolutely adore it, and it's upsetting because no one else plays it anymore. So naturally I go, I don't want to play on my own. I'm lonely.
My game of the year of last year will also be making an appearance on the list, but it's quite a bit of a way off.
Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
Yeah?
I know what it is. Is it done? Is it done there?
No, it's not actually.
It's not.
No, that game didn't actually make it on the list because of my one game per franchise rule.
Oh, I see. You've got... Okay.
Yeah, you know exactly what's going to be coming there.
Yes, I know what's coming.
Let's move on to...
Number 7.
Right, it's me go first, isn't
Yes, it's me go first.
It's me go first! I'm Mr. V6! I knew I wanted this series on there,
Okay.
but I couldn't decide which was my favourite game
Okay.
of the series.
Okay.
But I think it's got to be Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed 2. See, the thing is, the ones I was deciding between are Assassin's Creed 2 and controversial Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I'm shocked. I'm genuinely shocked by that. I'm quite surprised that a different entry did not make it onto your top 10.
Which one?
4.
I haven't finished 4. That's the only reason it didn't end up on my list.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 2 is the game that introduced it to me, and to the fact that I actually read the book as well.
This is going to be another one that you're probably going to get annoyed at me about. Again, for the sole reason that it's so low down on my list. Number 7, I had to think very carefully about which one of these games I wanted on my list, and I had to go for the one that gave me the most enjoyment out of it, and that is Batman Arkham City. Reason being, I loved the freedom. The freedom in Arkham City was absolutely immense. Being able to glide across the city and do all of these new challenges. Obviously they brought back all the Riddler stuff, and then the Harley Quinn's Revenge was one of my favourite expansions that we've had because we got to play as Robin, and I love Robin. Tim Drake, Robin, not Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne can go suck a dick. But no, I absolutely loved Arkham City. I thought it was one of the best games of the last decade, and yeah, it's fantastic.
On the subject of Robin, do you know who my favourite Robin is?
No, not the foggiest, mate. So let's move on to...
Number 6. Wilbur.
So number 6 is going to be an unsurprising entry considering what we just spoke about. Assassin's Creed 4!
Oh, really?
I think, by and large, it is the best Assassin's Creed game of the series. Personally, in Assassin's Creed 3, I loved the ship sequence that you had.
Yeah.
But it was kind of one of those annoying things that some game developers do, where they go, here's a thing, right, that's your lob.
Yeah.
But in Assassin's Creed 4, the sailing was integral to the story, which is great, and I loved it. I thought it was one of the best mechanics that they had in the Assassin's Creed games, and everything in that game was just so enjoyable to add to the Assassin experience. Yeah, I don't think it's been topped myself. What's your number 6?
My number 6 is Batman Arkham. Batman Arkham is my favourite Batman Arkham game.
You still haven't decided, have you?
No.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make you choose, and this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you're going to say Night City or Asylum. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Asylum.
Asylum.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Asylum.
They all did a dynamic that was fantastic. Obviously, the dynamic that was fantastic in Asylum was it was the first game, so it's out of nowhere. Just the combat was just the first of its type, and any fucking combat game, including Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, has the Batman Arkham fighting mechanic.
Bet they wish they'd patented that.
Yeah. The thing that I found most irritating about Arkham was ridiculously linear story. It was just the story. Like, there wasn't a great deal to do outside of that apart from the Riddler trophies. Arkham City, the scale of it and the fun of it is the best bit, but also there were times where I was walking around the city going, I'm bored. I'm not going to lie, there are just times going, what the fuck do I do now? And Arkham Knight, that was miles bigger. The story was not as strong as the other two. The graphics were incredible. The gameplay was incredible. The Batmobile sequences were shocking. Shocking. And let's not mention the PC port, because
No, we don't mention that.
I am one of 1,000 people.
You are.
Because I own Batman Arkham Knight on disc for PC. Now, they cancelled the disc release. However, because I'd already pre-ordered it months in advance, bearing in mind it was back 2 years in advance. It was immediately after they announced it. And then they kept putting it back. My PC is top of the range, and this fucking tanked. Just abysmal. 1 frame per second, I think, was the most I got.
And funny enough, I still not played Arkham Knight.
Oh, how have you not played Arkham Knight?
I've been busy!
Go play it now!
I would if I had it!
I've got it!
Alright, fair point. Let's move on to...
Number 5.
I couldn't I couldn't tell you what my number 5 was. No, it's a real struggle to think what my... It did just fall out on my shelf.
Now your shelf just
I don't know, I have no idea what my number 5 is, you know.
That wasn't worth the joke, really.
No, it wasn't
Not
really.
even
My shelf just collapsed. Everything on my Dishonored shelf is collapsed. It's Dishonored, by the way!
See, this is one of the ones where me and you really differ, because I couldn't get on with Dishonored at all.
How? It's a genius game, but I understand why, because you're not a fan of stealthy, stabby. You're more of a Leroy Jenkins.
Well, you're not incorrect. No, I do like some stealth games. Obviously, I played the Arkham series. I love the Arkham series. I think the thing that annoyed me the most about Dishonored was the fact that you got extra points for not killing.
Yeah.
It felt more like the upgrades for not murdering were nowhere near as good as the ones that you got for murdering.
See, the thing is, I played it no killing, and I played the entire game without killing a single person. Well, I'd finished it and I hadn't killed a single person, but obviously I killed people because that's what happens.
Yeah.
You get figured out, you go, fuck you! And then you restart from the beginning, so you haven't killed anyone. But you get the dark vision, which lets you see through walls. You get possession, which lets you take control of people. And you get time, the time stop, bend time, stop time, that one, and you're pretty much set. And blink, which is your...
Oh yeah, blink, yeah. I don't know, maybe I should give it another shot.
You should.
It has been...
You should definitely give it another shot.
It's been about a year since I played it, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I would have matured into it, I don't know.
Yeah. And of course, if you want to be murdery, deathy, killy, you can do.
I think it's also the first person perspective I couldn't get behind either.
Dishonored 2 would have been on the list, I think, but I still haven't finished it. I was ridiculously excited for it. I even got the collector's edition, as is quite obvious with this. The only irritating thing about this is the stand keeps coming off when I try and pick it up. Like this bit, there's a black bit on the floor here. There it is. Look, put it on, and it's gone.
Anyway. My number 5 is the only game, I think it is actually, to be honest with you. I'm going to double check this fact just to make sure I don't go back myself.
Professionalism!
Yeah, it is the only game on this list that was released for a Nintendo console.
Ooh.
But funnily enough, it's not a Nintendo IP.
Ooh.
My number 5 is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Okay.
It was one of my favourite... Sonic has always been a really, really, really big gaming influence for me. Sonic the Hedgehog was the first game I ever played on the Sega Mega Drive. And I love the Sonic series all the way through from Sonic Heroes. Unpopularly, I loved Shadow the Hedgehog as well. But nothing compares to Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. The story was incredible. The switch between characters was great. Being able to play as the evil side was like completely unheard of, and it was amazing, and I loved it, and it was great, and I love Shadow, and it's just so good. It's so good.
Fair enough. I played Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
Big the Cat is possibly the best character from a Sonic game ever. I mean, Froggy! It's the best thing in the world. It's almost as good as Mystical Jar Jar Binks.
On that note, shall we move on to
Number 4, Froggy!
number 4? Here we go. Number 4 was my... Are you alright? You okay? I need to give you a minute.
Number 4, Froggy!
My number 4 game of my top 10 for this video is my game of 2016. And my game of 2016 was The Last Guardian.
I see.
I have been waiting a long time for The Last Guardian. I remember when it first got announced back in like 2009, and I remember just waiting patiently, and then when it finally got around to it, the hype didn't disappoint. I thought it was absolutely incredible. The graphics for it were amazing, the art style was beautiful, the world is gorgeous, The gameplay is solid. Trico is adorable. He's a feckin' idiot, but he's adorable and wonderful and great. And the whole journey that those two go through was absolutely heartwarming, and it was my game of last year.
My number 4 is Josh, you want a lift?
Oh, fucking hell.
My number 4 is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Pretty much the diametric opposite of The Last Guardian. Instead of a heartwarming story about a boy and his pet, it's
Drugs and cars and boobs and grandmas being shot in the face.
pretty much is, yeah.
Hands up confession, I still haven't finished the story mode.
Dude.
How many hours have we spent in GTA Online?
That is fair. That is fair.
I have to applaud Rockstar. It's fucking incredible. GTA Online. I can literally just sit there and do whatever I want, which is good because most of the time it's killing prostitutes. Most of the time it's driving nice cars.
And crashing them into walls.
I'm not that bad.
Back on the bike after I don't mind. And it... Fuck's sake, Phill! Oh god, oh god, oh god. I hate you. I hate you.
But yes, GTA Online and basically the shenanigans we get up to in it. Jump, Willie, jump!
It's time for...
Number 3. Damn you, Duck Dodgers.
Number 3 is the perfect game.
It's Paul, isn't it?
So here we are again.
This is a
I had a lot. I had to sit there and shut the fuck up.
Huge success.
I had to sit there for a while thinking about whether it was Portal or Portal 2. Because Portal 2 had the multiplayer aspect and it was a lot bigger. This is how I decided it. I never got stuck on Portal 2. I always progressed constantly. One of the fun things about the first Portal game is standing in a room going, how the hell do I do this?
That's fair, yeah, I'll give you that one, yeah.
And again, GLaDOS is fantastic. Although, I have to admit, Stephen Merchant as Wheatley in Portal 2 is incredible. I am not a moron!
My number 3 is, if anybody knows me, it's a very uncontroversial choice. It's Final Fantasy VII. This was actually very, very difficult for me. Because I had to stick with one game per franchise, I was stuck between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
Also Final Fantasy 10. I really like Final Fantasy.
Okay.
What made me decide on Final Fantasy VII was Final Fantasy VII. I replayed it very recently. I still cried. I still cried. It still gets me. The big death at the end.
See, I know it because everybody knows it.
Everybody
if you're a
knows.
gamer, you know the ending to Final Fantasy VII. See, the thing is, I'm looking forward to the Final Fantasy VII remake.
If it ever Sonic Well comes out.
Because, controversially, I don't like turn-based combat games.
No, yeah, that was...
So if they do Final Fantasy VII remake with the gaming of Final Fantasy 15, then that's fine by me.
That's what it looks like they're doing as well, which is great, I
Good.
think. And yeah, I've had so many good memories with Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the best games of all time. It set the standard for JRPGs, by far. Let's move on to...
Hi-ho, and welcome to Muppet Show. You're here to see number 2.
Number 2 is the game that got me excited for number 4, which is why it places higher on the list. And it's Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, I just realised what you were saying. Yeah, okay.
The PlayStation 2 was only capable of so much, and Shadow of the Colossus took what it was capable of and went, let's just ramp that up a little bit. The biggest thing about Shadow of the Colossus was the Colossi actually felt massive and terrifying and horrifying. But not only that, but there was like a moral aspect to everything you were doing. I felt horrible destroying the Colossi. I hated it, but I wanted to do it because it I was trying to save somebody I cared about. And the weight of what you're doing really, really catches onto you as the game goes on. And also, aggro is fantastic. Everybody loves aggro. He's the horse. How have you not played Shadow of the Colossus? It's incredible!
Okay.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
No, my number 2 is Señoras and señores, here is our number 2. My number 2 is a game in which myself and a lot of friends. I played this with a lot of people in different groups, different ways. I've obliterated the story, played all the DLC, done all the side missions. Borderlands 2.
See, I couldn't latch on. I couldn't think of what game
I spent a ridiculous amount of time there. Myself and Hayley just blitzed it. Leveled up our characters to max level. Completed all the stupid little side missions and bosses. Cried when fucking Bloodwing died. And
that was
Roland.
a horrible moment.
I am excited for Borderlands 3. I think it's the next game that I am going to be buzzing for. With an exception, but we'll get to that in a moment. First,
yeah, we should probably do our honourable mentions.
Honourable mentions. Go on then, quick and steady. So we do 30 seconds of explaining why, as long as the name. So,
Okay.
name,
Red Dead Redemption.
explanation.
The game is absolutely incredible. It's massive, and I love the Wild West aspect of the game. The wanted level system was incredible. It just slipped out of the top 10 because the game was still a bit too glitchy.
Spyro the Dragon. Spyro the Dragon is one of the first series I ever played. Absolutely loved them. It's what got me into gaming as a kid, and I have still gone back and played them since then. And I wish they would make another good one, or even a remaster a la Crash Bandicoot.
Ratchet & Clank 2.
Oh.
Funnily enough, that was the first game in the Ratchet & Clank series that I ever played, so it holds a special place in my heart. I got it for Christmas from a friend. It was, well, a parent's friend. It was absolutely incredible. I was mesmerised by this character. I loved everything about that game. It was funny and clever, and it was great.
Rayman, the original Rayman for the PS1, is the first game that I played. Like, overall, it was the first game. I remember sitting there and watching my parents play it, and absolutely adoring it, and always getting frustrated because I could never get past the musical land. And then you had the mosquito, which went woo, but misses out because, to be honest, it hasn't stood up over time.
It really hasn't.
It hasn't. The new Rayman games are fantastic as well. Hayley and I have played them, but they don't hold the charm of the original. That's why.
Gmod.
Gmod.
Gary's Mod.
Yes, I agree with you here.
A lot of madcap, hilarious, ridiculous fun we have had with that game, but it misses out on the top slot because of the fact that it's a creativity tool. So
yeah, it's not an
it
actual
doesn't have
game.
a substantial game.
You can't sit down there and go, yeah, I'll have a nice little session of Gmod on my own, because there's fuck all to do in Gmod anyway.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption! Yay! Exactly the same reasons as him.
The Last of Us.
Okay, I haven't played The Last of Us still.
This one would... How?
Lego Batman 2!
No, I'll give you that
I
one.
love Lego Batman 2.
Lego
It's
Batman 2
the
is
first
great.
Lego Batman game and the first game of all time that I 100%ed and got all the trophies. I got the Platinum Trophy for it, and it was absolutely... It's one of the best Batman games, obviously not including the ones we already mentioned. Just by the fact you can run around Gotham and find all the characters. If you could do that in an actual game like the Arkham series, that would be incredible.
Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4.
Okay.
It was one of the best fighting games of 2016. It has been absolutely immense to play. There's so much to do in it. The Boruto expansion was incredible, but again, it misses out on the top spot because it's a fighter, so there's only so much you can do with it.
Okay, fair enough. The thing is, it's a movie franchise. The games came around the movie time, but they weren't based on the movie, they were based on the book. And that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets for the PlayStation 1. They're abysmal looking back at them, and absolutely hilarious to replay. The graphics are hilarious. Hagrid had like a flat face, Hermione was ginger and obnoxious.
Isn't that the same?
Peeves was in it. And I recently replayed them, and completed them both within the space of about 6 hours. But they were a lot of fun. I used to sit with my parents and try and figure stuff out. Yeah, that's all my honourable mentions.
I have one final honourable mention.
Go on.
Recent entry again. Very, very good game. One of my games from 2016 actually, and that is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I am a massive fan of the Dragon Ball franchise, as anybody who watches my channel will know. I've cosplayed Goku before. I absolutely love the Dragon Ball series. It's my favourite anime of all time. And I think Dragon Ball Xenoverse was good, but it was missing something. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 gave it that. That's all I will really say on it.
Okay, so shall we move on to...
Number 1!
Ride to Hell Retribution is my number one. Fuck's sake, no, I can't keep a straight face. I
know what your number one is.
I believe we both know each other, so after 3, should we say it and end the video there, because there's no explanation needed.
Okay.
I don't think. Okay, 3, 2, 1,
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Bye!
That's a Keyblade. I'm not at home, I don't have mine. I'm disappointed.
See, I think we're clever enough. If we saw a door with a massive lock, we'd go, we've got a fucking key.
Yeah, that's the only thing that Kingdom Hearts loses points on. When Sora stood in front of something and goes, that's locked. Got no clue. Walks off with his giant fucking key.
That's true.
But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. And also, go ahead and subscribe to my gaming channel, Totally Professional Gaming. We make videos weekly over there.
We do!
So you get a lot of content out of that one.
I still haven't finished tomorrow's video.
No, you haven't. You probably should.
What's the time?
Oh.
I've got 40 minutes to make it.
Okay. So, thank you guys for watching, and as always...
He's been Josh Wilkes, you've been watching him, therefore you've been watching Watch Wilkes. Oh, shit!
You're right.
Ow, that's heavy!
Yes, he is. It's metal.